Hi everyone, so in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you all of my Chrissy dolls and miscellaneous Barbie babies and kids. So these are dolls that are associated with the Barbie line. It does not include Kelly or Heart Family and Happy Family dolls. I have collection videos showing all of the dolls I own from those lines. So as a way to not be redundant, they're not included here, but you can check those out. I have been into baby dolls pretty much my whole life. But it wasn't until I got Bitty Baby that I really became obsessed with the idea. And that was around the time that Krissy came into the Barbie line, which I didn't get her until a little bit later. I got into Krissy around the age of 11, so it was around the time that my mom passed away. And so she reminds me very fondly of like some good memories from that time in my life. I did collect them for a couple of years, but then Krissy kind of phased out. So then there's of course the random dolls that we would get with like Babysitter Skipper and Cool Sitter Skipper, things like that I'm going to be sharing. So if you want to see pictures of these dolls or read more information about them, they are on my Flickr. As always, you don't need a Flickr to view it. If you're looking to identify your dolls, it's probably the best way to go. I have an album called Barbie Babies and Kids, and that's where these guys are, as well as my Happy Family dolls. So without further ado, I am going to show you all of my dolls. So I'm going to start with my Chrissies. Now these two here are both the walking Krissy dolls. They were sold with the Barbie that walked and pushed the pram. So this was Krissy's original debut. I remember loving these dolls when I saw them in stores. Barbie had two braids and the pram was really cute, but Colleen was into Kelly when Krissy came out and she thought they were trying to like replace Kelly with Krissy, and it was just like one of those silly kid things where she made us boycott Krissy dolls. But I did get to play with this set at one of her friends' houses. They had this Krissy and Barbie pack, and I really loved them. Now this is my childhood doll. I got her secondhand sometime in 2003. There was this man that used to set up at our local flea market, and he would have these big plastic bins of just a jumble of doll stuff and toys, and he would let you fill up a plastic bag, and whatever you put in that bag, it all cost $5, and that's where I got her. And I'm pretty sure she was like wearing this outfit and everything, and I got pieces to Barbie, but not Barbie herself until I was an adult. This lady here, she doesn't have her outfit, but she was my second Krissy. I got her with my walking Barbie. I got them together in 2011 from this really mangy bin of dolls that we called the Filthy Disney Bin. We got it at this indoor yard sale. I don't know why they called it that. It was more like a flea market. But she's really cute, and I can tell them apart because they have different faces. This one's blurrier and this one's crisper. Bedtime baby, Krissy. I've had her since I was a kid, and to be honest, I have no recollection of when I got her. I don't know if I bought her separately at the flea market, and I don't know if she was maybe in a bin of dolls we bought, but I am really happy to have her because I do have a Bedtime Barbie. Then we have Scrub-a-Dub-Dub Krissy, the African-American version. Now, she was one of the very first dolls I bought for my collection. I got her at KB Toys. She was kind of out of date when I got her. It was 2003 when I got this doll. I named her Gabby, and she was my second most played with Krissy doll. She came with some really cool stuff. You can see all the pictures of it on my Flickr. Maybe I'll insert a picture here. This is Magical Mermaids Krissy. This was another set I fell in love with when it came out. I've always loved mermaid dolls for some reason. Although I never played with them as mermaids, I just really loved looking at them. This set is really beautiful, and I actually remember seeing it secondhand at the flea market not long after it came out, but I didn't buy it because Colleen said we couldn't because the Krissy boycott. So I got this doll in 2011, I want to say. This seller at our flea market, who we called Dollar Lady, had her out for, I don't know, like maybe 25 cents or 50 cents. And I didn't actually have the Barbie that went with her, but I thought, ooh, Krissy's going to be a lot harder to find. This one even has her outfit, and I actually haven't come across her since. I'm not a big fan of the ones with rooted hair. I kind of find it inconvenient, but it's cool that they tried to vary it up. So then we have Swing and Play Krissy. I got her at KB Toys probably not long after Gabby. I don't think they had the African American version, or I probably would have bought her instead because I like the AA dolls better. But She had some really cool stuff. Like, she has this cute little daddy hat, and so I played with her stuff all the time, and I mean, you can tell she was loved because her face is kind of faded. These are my two first Chrissy dolls. They came with the Stroll and Play Barbie set. My grandmother actually bought me this set at Walmart. It had to have been probably early 2003, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm pretty sure she had moved out of our house at that time to like a residential place for elderly people, like she had her own apartment. And she would take us out and she would each get us a doll, and I picked out this set, and this is where my like love really began. So this doll's name is Natasha, and she was my most played with baby doll of all time. She was Jasmine and Water Jewel Magic Aladdin, aka Leroy's kid, and she's actually like in really good shape considering like her limbs are all tight, because if you didn't know, Chrissy dolls are strong. And I did play with Krissy too. I used to play with them together, but then at some point I just played with Natasha. So she's kind of supposed to be the Hispanic friend of Krissy, I think. I'm not entirely sure. They didn't really say who she was. And then we have Princess Palace Krissy. I got her at Toys R Us. And of course I got the African American version because when that was an option, that was the one I always got. I bought her just because she was a Krissy doll. I didn't actually really have a use for like the princess themed stuff, but I thought it was really cool, and she's another one with rooted hair. And she came with this really cool castle thing that I liked to put in my doll's room. So now we're on to the Barbie Kids. So they're not Kelly. They were kind of like the predecessor to Kelly. They're just like, like random nameless children. So these are, all three of them are Love to Read kids. So the Love to Read set had Barbie and then two children. I have duplicates of the African American doll. So she was one of my very first purchases as an adult collector. So we went to this really big flea market set up outside at Racetrack, I think. It's set up at one of the speedways. And I thought she was actually a Heart Family kid when I bought her, but it turns out that she was a Love to Read one. And I think she's really cute. I don't have her outfit. And then I got my other two together from the Oldie Moldies bin last summer. Bought a really large group of dolls and play sets from the 90s that were covered in mold. They were disgusting, like they stank, and they, for the record, they pretty much smell fine now. So I got them together, and I was really excited to have Blonde because I did not previously have her, and I didn't get any of their clothes, just Barbie and her outfit. These are the Teacher Kids. So these were the very first children dolls we had for our Barbies. Colleen got the teacher set as a kid. So this doll, her name's Margaret, and this doll, his name is Peter. I can only kind of tell them apart because the clothes are so faded. She wanted Teacher Barbie when she came out. We didn't get along when we were really little. She hated my guts because she liked being an only child, and so I tried to bribe her to like me by giving her some of my allowance money so she could afford to buy this set. And she played with these guys quite a bit until she got into Kelly's, because Kelly dolls had an actual wardrobe, whereas these dolls were really difficult to dress. We only had a few clone outfits that would fit them. Two of the other ones, so this funny looking doll, and then one of these two, I don't remember. I got them just in various doll lots we got in 2003 or 2004. That's when we started buying entire bins of dolls at the flea market. And we actually didn't get any Barbies in that bin, like any Teacher Barbies, just the children. And you can tell this one has a different facial variation. But the interesting thing is that the Teacher Kids were available in random assortments, so you could get them with like different facial screenings, you could get them in different skin colors, different hair colors, so you could have like an African American boy with a blonde girl, or a brunette girl with a blonde girl. You could get them in all kinds of random assortments, if I'm not mistaken. One of these two, I'm not sure which, I got her in 2012 with one of our magical motorhomes. I bought it because it was a really nice magical motorhome. It was way better than the one we had bought growing up, and it had dancing Esmeralda in it, and she was like in pristine condition. So it was kind of like a little doll family. It had Winter Sport Ken, dancing Esmeralda, and then a teacher boy and a teacher girl, and we considered them like a little family. I still think of them as a family. And obviously I got all the boys in the same places because I happened to get them in pairs. None of them have names except for Peter and Margaret. Peter was our only boy doll growing up for children, except our Tommy and Happy Family Ryan. So he was one of my favorites. I think he's really cute. It's just a shame they didn't make more clothes for them. And then we're on to the random babies. So these were the baby molds that were used. They're actually the Sunshine Family mold. Mattel used them up until they came out with Krissy. So these are 1990 babysitter Skipper and Courtney babies. So this is Skipper's baby, this is Courtney's baby. I repainted Skipper's baby. I got this guy, or girl, I guess, in a lot. It just had like Dance Magic Ken and some random scraps of clothes, and this baby was like missing all its hair and eyes, and you can actually see them in my How I Touch Up Doll Paint tutorial. I accidentally painted the eye color wrong. Skipper's baby is supposed to have purple eyes, but the eyes are pretty much all gone, so I couldn't tell, so I used Courtney's baby over here as comparison. And we got Courtney's baby with one of our Courtneys just in one of those various doll bins we bought. I don't really remember, but she's had her outfit this whole time, and it's really cool that we got Courtney with her baby. And then Mermaid and Sea Twins, Skipper's baby here. She's supposed to come with 2 identical dolls, and I got her in one of those random bins. I don't know if we got her with Skipper or not, but I have the other baby's outfit. She's supposed to have crimps. I have to redo them. I love that the idea of the mermaid Skipper. And then I have quite a few of these 94 babysitter Skipper babies. So it's the Skipper doll that has like the fuzzy sweater, and these are supposed to have Velcro around them so you can stick them to Skipper's sweater, which is a terrible idea. It's a terrible design flaw because they have rooted hair and it trashes their hair and it sticks to everything. So I removed all the Velcro because my childhood dolls' outfits are pretty picked at. This doll, and this doll, the ones with the bows in their hair, were my childhood ones. So for Christmas 2004, Dad let us loose on eBay and said we could pick out some things that we wanted. And I was really into baby dolls. Colleen was really into like the 1987 mold Skippers, and we thought this would be a really fun set for us to split. So I kind of made off better in that circumstance because most of the accessories were for babies. They came with these bibs that came in like this plastic, this like little bag that you dissolved, and then the bibs would be color coded and they would reveal the names of the babies. So the names I believe are completely randomized. Childhood dolls came with the names Denise, Becky, and Mandy. And so I named my second set Denny, Mindy, and Belinda, I think. I got the second set where you can see I styled their hair in twists. I got them in the Clueless lot of 2017. This was a lot of 90s Barbies that were in really nice condition. We even got Skipper on that lot. And all of her babies were there. Sadly, we left Dentist Kelly behind, but that's a story for another time. That's one of the videos you can actually see on our channel. And then I have this really random baby that doesn't have an outfit or hair. It was cut, so I just pulled out all of the hair plugs so she didn't look funny because she was salvageable other than that. I got her in the Labor Day Ladies bin last year on Labor Day weekend. We got this little purple tote that had some very random Barbies and Bratz and Dawn reproduction pieces, and she was just in there all by herself. It was a very weird thing to find. And then this is the American Stories Native American Barbie baby. I always wanted this set growing up. I used to stare at them a lot in the store. I loved like Native American culture, and I loved like Pocahontas and Native American dolls and things like that, but I never got it for whatever reason. I don't know, maybe it was too expensive. I was terrible at saving my allowance. But I saw this set in 2012 or 2013 at the local flea market. This woman inside had tons of boxed dolls. We actually got our Sharon Sisters set from her last fall. And back then she had really reasonable prices, so I don't remember exactly how much I paid, but they were boxed and it was a really great deal and it was like a dream come true. And then these three are all Cool Sitter Skipper babies. So there's two different versions of Cool Sitter Skipper. There's the more deluxe version that came with 3 babies and Skipper has a carrier. And then there's the simplified version for KB Toys that just came with 2 babies each. And these 2 AA dolls are the ones I had growing up that we got brand new. They had tons of overstock African American dolls at KB Toys. So after many months of staring at the beautiful Skipper and her cool babies, we bought them. I played with them a lot too. I actually played with them almost as much as Natasha for a while. And you can tell the boy doesn't have eyelashes and the girl does. They also have different color diapers. And then I have, I guess, the boy blonde baby. I just got him in a bin, and I just put him in this mermaid tails so we wouldn't be naked. But the So Much To Do Baby Care Center babies, this was also released just as the Baby Care Center with like a year later without the So Much To Do branding. I don't know why, but it's like pretty much the same thing. The only difference is one of the packaging has the baby hidden, and then the other packaging has the baby like in a bubble pack on the front. So this was my very first baby, and I think the first like kid type thing we had at our house. I could be wrong. I got the Baby Care Center when I was really young. I think I was on vacation with my family, and I bought it with my allowance money, and I bought it because I thought Pet Dr. Barbie, who was one of my favorite dolls at the time, could be like the pediatrician too. And I named him Joey. He used to be really filthy when we were kids because, you know, we had him so long, but he's had a bath now, and he's looking a lot better. This is his twin, and I got this boxed in 2015 at the flea market. This woman had like a few So Much To Do play sets, and I just had to rebuy my childhood one because my childhood one, we lost a lot of pieces. It discolored really badly, and it was played with so much it stopped staying together, like the table would fall apart. And they're actually color variations, not the dolls but the pieces, which is really interesting. And then this is the Can Be Newborn Baby Doctor Barbie baby from 2009, so this one's a lot newer than the rest of them. I got this cute little baby in the Disney Store bin of 2015, just a random baby all by itself. Pretty cute. I like how many babies they make these days. I really like the Babysitter Inc. Skipper line. I'd like to have some of those someday. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as I mentioned at the beginning, if you want to see pictures of these dolls or read more about them, feel free to check out my Flickr. And until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.